my friends, I have April's Gemstone Orphanage Doorstep Baby. Yes! I opened it just enough to take the discount code out because this subscription box is an every other month box. Okay, $34.95 plus shipping. Like, wait till you see everything that will be in here. And they give you a coupon code for 25% off on their website that you can use over and over and over. So I removed the coupon code because I'm really bad about forgetting about it. And I'm ready to get into it. Are you ready to get into it? Let's do it. So, oh, look at the colors. Look at the colors. Oh, look at the paper. Okay, that tells me a whole lot. So we get, let me actually set this aside for a second. That's so difficult. We get a list of items this month. I mean, look, you guys, $34.95. Look at what comes in this. Look at all of this. And this list, these numbers are not including the actual gemstone that you get, the Doorstep Baby that you get. And a lot of times they throw in a free little gift, right? But 31 items worth $81.55 for $34.95. And it's already curated and full of fun for you. You don't have to go pick it out. So this is Fancy Jasper Indian Agate is what our stone is. Okay, well, I just gave it away. I just gave it away. Aw, pretty paper. So we have 3 bags. This bag is chock full. I mean, look at all of this. And then we have 2 goodies here. And what is so amazing, yes, I know I'm not cold, y'all. I have my fan on still, and I should have turned it off before I started this. So actually, let me turn it off. Okay. There's that. So each time they're doing one of these bags, they are representing someplace in the world. And last time around, it was Australia. And this time around, it is Italy. It's Italy this time around. This is amazing. Okay. So we are going to have a certification for our Doorstep Baby. These gemstones that we get, you guys, are incredible. Incredible. And inside we get, and ooh, maybe I don't want to look at this, right? It's going to have a picture of it. Let me pull out my baby first. Okay. Let's pull out this little, oh, this is good. Look at mine. Indian Agate, Fancy Jasper. Oh my goodness. Look at all those color pops that go through there. I am a sucker for Fancy Jasper. I have a beautiful container full of just Fancy Jasper. And actually, I will remember this time. I'll get it out so that you can see what I have. But oh, that is beautiful. Oh, I love that. Let's see what our name is, because they're all named. These are registered. Aria. Aww. The Italian origin meaning solo melody. That is amazing. So we have a registry number. It tells us all about Indian Agate and Fancy Jasper, unique characteristics of the gemstone. The primary attribute of the orphan gemstone is the stone of many colors. And so it tells you like the story. They are so cool. There's nothing else that's like this. And I love it. I am in love with it. So there is the star of the show. I'm so happy. So this is free gifts. I'm going to hold that. I'm going to set that aside. So let's see what we have in here. And then we'll go through it all one by one. And I keep getting hit with goosebumps. I keep getting it. This is so full. Oh my gosh, you guys, look. This is so good. This is so good. Okay. So, oh, we are going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun. Oh my gosh. So isn't this so cool? Look, we have bright colors. Look. Oh my goodness. So I will say this. When they come to me and to other content creators, they will be strung, but they might not all be strung for you, because saving time by not stringing all of these, that's what gives you extra gifts. I like extra gifts. You like extra gifts? I mean, all we're going to do is cut it off anyways, right? But for showing purposes, mine are all on their strand. I love these little babies. Look at that. Look at that gleam. Are you kidding? Mine all are on strands. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. You guys, I'm going to end up going through all of them one by one right now. Let me put them aside and let's go through them one by one. Let's do it. Oh, this is so good. Well, I was so excited to dig into this box that I didn't plug my microphone in. So I may have sounded just crazy a minute ago, and you know what? That's okay. I'm a little crazy. Sometimes I'm a little crazy. All right, let's go through this. I'm stoked. So we are starting out with what she always does. Debbie curates so beautifully, and she's so thoughtful and generous, and I love this. I love this. Every time we get whatever the stone is in all 3 sizes. So first we're getting the 8mm rounds, and we get 20 of these. And oh, fancy Jasper. Isn't that just beautiful? I love that. You see those swirls that go through them? Fancy Jasper is so cool. And, you know, it's primarily green, and I love me some green, but I love the hues that pop through with it. Especially that purple. When that purple goes in there with that green, that is something. These are gorgeous. Oh, these are gorgeous. Yeah, so we get the 8mm, we get the 6mm, and there's 25 in here for the 6mm. And so we have these pretty babies. There's always that sheen. There's always that luster that is so naturally a part of Fancy Jasper that I love so much. It has that signature like glaze look to it, and it's amazing. And then we have some 4mm. We get 35 of these. Oh, that is happy, happy stuff. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that's cool. That is a lot of bead happiness here in this little strand. So here we get the 3 sizes of beads that go beautifully and identically with our gemstone. It's been a long time since I've worked with any box, anything that had their primary stone as being Fancy Jasper. And I just am so thrilled right now. So we're not done. Then it comes in here with these Fancy Jasper nuggets with spacer beads. These are A grade. These are 10 by 6mm. And look at these. I mean, so good. So good. So it has all those different hues that's popping in here. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. We always get a great variety of the gemstone that's in here. I mean, we're not just talking, you know, a strand. We're talking all sorts of goodness. So far we have these beautiful nuggets, the 864. Oh, looky there. Then we get some rondelles that are 6 by 4mm. We get 20 of these. Here, let me get this out. And I love this because it goes with so many other gemstones. I mean, look at the variation that's in here, right? I mean, we have the white popping in with the green. What's that remind you of, right? And then we have those just deep, dark colors and the creaminess in them. So we get all of these. Okay, so there's these. I love this size. I love this size. It's lots of fun. Okay, so we have those. And then we get some ovals. So these are 14 by 10mm ovals. We get 6 of them. Oh, I love these. Okay. So there is the reason why it is that Indian Agate Fancy Jasper. You guys have to watch the unboxing that Debbie and Steve does, okay? Because all the information, I mean, they know everything about everything, I believe. But it comes down to the translucence of the actual stone, whether it is referred to as or identified as Indian agate or fancy jasper. But it's the same stone. Those are gorgeous. Goodness, look at that guy. Those are so fun. Like, look at this one. You can like see almost right through it. Isn't that crazy good? Look at this one. This one. Just cool. Cool, cool. So we get all of these little ovals, and then we're not done. Never have I had a gemstone that is a lentil bead. I know it. I know I haven't. I mean, puffy coins, yeah. Well, I guess it is a puffy coin. Then we get little lentil beads, these little coin beads. And so, oh goodness, it's so good. So with these little lentils, we have, what is it? 8x4mm, and it is 12 of these little lentils that we get. Oh my goodness, look how pretty they are. Oh, there's some cool, cool, cool ones. Look at that guy. That is so cool. That looks like picture Jasper, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy? I love gemstones. Wow, we have a good variety in those. So cool. Oh, so cool. Okay, so we get some of these. And then we get little flowers. These are 6x6mm. We get 15 of these little flower beads. Little fancy Jasper flowers. Who would have thought? Debbie, that's who would have thought, is Debbie. So good. Oh, they are just adorable. Oh, I really like those. How fun is this? This is just so much fun. Look at the stars under the rainbow. Yeah. So then there is a kind of sister, partner, friend gemstone that goes along with the boxes. And this month, or this time around, it's tree agate. So we're going to start out with some 6mm tree agate rounds. We get 25 of these. Goes so perfect, right? I mean, look at these guys. Does that not fit right in? I mean, come on, that's just too perfect. Too perfect. And tree agate. This used to be one of my super favorite gemstones. But now I just have so many favorites, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I love them. I love them. I love the way those, little bands and pops and striations go through. Some of them look like that one looks kind of marbly. So good. So we get all of these rounds in that 6mm. My favorite millimeter is 6. So we get those. And then, oh, look at these. When I was laying this stuff out, I had me a moment. Really did. So these are some little faceted rondelles. These are A grade, 8x5mm. We get 10 of them. Oh, look at that bling. Oh, wow. Seriously, right now? Look at them. Oh, they are beautiful. Those facets are amazing. Oh, Debbie, thank you so much. These are beautiful. This is an incredible box. And then we're going to have these pops of fun that's going to be happening. Psh, yeah, let's play. Let's do that. Now, in the gemstones as well, in this tree agate, we get little hearts. We get little shapes. We get all these little shapes and all this fun stuff. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. Oh, whoa. Those are cool. Oh, yeah. Bring it on. I like those little hearts. Now, just think about it here for a second. $34.95. Easily, this is worth what the cost of the box is. No question. I'm not even halfway done. Let's play. So we are going to not mess around and bring right in some Mosh and Shade multicolored rounds. This is a half strand worth, so this is like 25 beads of 8mm, and these are so fun. anything. You bring anything in the equation, and these guys are like, yeah, I'm game to play. I'm game to play. Look at them. So this is a spring box, and we are going to pop in some color. That is so fun. That is so much fun. It's almost like, seriously, you get 2 boxes in one when you get this box. It's just, like, well, it's every other month. So, hey, we're just going to get 2 boxes in one. So, next. One of my favorite things ever, and that's these little crystal disc beads. So with these, you can get one of 2 kinds, either sea green or an AB clear. These are 8 by 5 millimeter. We get 15 of them, and oh goodness gracious, they never disappoint. Look at that. Yeah, I know, it's amazing. I know, I told you it was going to be. That is just so good. So good. And then you get some of the little seed beads that match that go with it. Love them. The bling. Oh, the bling those have. I love those beads. And then we're coming in with Millefiori Teardrop Cabochon or an offset donut. I got the offset donut. And this is really cool. This is really cool. I have some little square or like little bitty rectangle beads that are these. And it is just fun. Looky at that. Oh, that is so much fun. Steve and Debbie go into talking about how these are made. And it's just kind of mind-blowing. I mean, it's cool, but it's also mind-blowing the way those are made. So you'll have to check that out. You really, really, really should go and check out their unboxing as well, just to get the full effect of what all is in this collection. But moving on. So look at this. So Italy is also known for their blown glass. I didn't know that. So this is a Murano glass focal coin, and it is 20 by 10 millimeter, and I am in love with these kind of lampwork beads. Look at that. Look at that. That is so much fun. Super 3D. I mean, that's about as cool as it gets. Seriously, I think those are just wicked cool, and it goes really well. I'm loving that combo. And then we have glass bellflowers. So yours is going to come in 2 separate bags. One is going to have the little leaves, and one will have the little cups, or they might be together. But mine, for showing off purposes, thank you, Debbie. Mine and others, they're all put together, and isn't that just so cute? Aren't those adorable? So we get all these colors, and there's little seed beads in here. Nope, they're little rounds, actually. Yeah, they're little rounds. I'm a big fan. And I am also a big fan of spring, and this box is screaming it and singing it to me, and I'm a happy camper. Look at all those. That's fun. Oh yeah, they should be right up here, right over the top. Love it. I'm in love with this next item. In love. Imitation jade, faceted cubes. Oh, these are 4.5 millimeter, and I love them. So we're pulling in the pastels, the brights, the deeps. I mean, you name it, and this box is giving it to us. Oh, those are so good. I'm pretty sure last spring, or maybe it was summer, in a yard sale, I had ordered some of these. I used them up. But, speaking of which, did you guys get in on that yard sale? Oh my gosh. So not only do they have these awesome bi-monthly boxes, they have live sales, and they also have what they call yard sales. And so it is heavily discounted extras that they have just to kind of clear some of their inventory. And oh, the prices. So mine's on the way. I definitely did some shopping, and I should be getting those in a few days. So I'm sure they'll be part of an unboxing because, yeah, I got good stuff. Wait till you see it. But these are adorable. Love those. That is so much fun. So good. Oh my goodness, these Millefory coins. I may say that wrong. Is it Millefory? Millefory coins. Look at these. They're going to be perfect with our pendant. How cool are these? We get 20 of them. They're 8 by 3 millimeters. They are just fun. They're cute. Look at these little guys. Look at all those. So they're random colors. So you may not get the identical ones that I got, but I love them. Those are just so fun. Oh, that is going to pull in. Like, looky here. That is so good. Yeah, that's loads of fun. All these pops of color. Like, look at my mat. Is this not so much fun? I'm not close to done yet. Okay, so then we get more flowers, and I'm in love with these flowers. Oh, the luster on them. So what these are is little glass flowers with an AB finish. You get 4 each of 6 colors. So we get 24 of these, and they're 10 millimeter. Don't hide away. Come out to play. Oh, yeah, those are good. Look at that. You see that sheen that's on them? Oh, that AB and that luster polishing on them. These are fun. I don't have any that's like this. So I am super excited, and I'm thinking like extras. So as soon as those extras release, I'm going to be jumping on there because I have a 25% off coupon because I get the box. Yep. Got to check them out, you guys. You got to check them out. And if you have never seen one of the videos with Steve and Debbie, they are about as cute as it gets. I am telling you right now, they're as cute as it gets. And then Steve puts out little tutorials. So yeah, check them out. Of course, you've checked them out, but if you haven't, yeah, good stuff. And then we get a full strand. Look at this, like 105 beads of these crystals. So we get a full strand of these beautiful little crystals, and these are 4 by 3 millimeter. And they're going to grab a hold of all these colors. It doesn't matter if we're using the fancy Jasper, or if we're using, you know, these beautiful, exciting beads, or if we're using that Millefory, or if we're down here with these little flowers. This can pull it all in. And oh, the blinginess. That's fun. That's fun. I'm really excited about that being added, because that just really takes everything all together, right? Everything swoops it right in. Good stuff. And also a full strand of polymer clay hishi beads in mixed colors. What? 6 by 1 millimeter. Look at all of our colors to play with. And yeah, I will probably be separating them all out so I know how many I have of what. And I have an idea. As soon as I saw these pop out of that box, I was like, okay, I got you. I used to play with these a lot. I really did. And so super fun. All the colors. All the colors under the rainbow. There we go. So it quit recording. It said, your phone storage is full, and I'm done. So I had to delete some things. So anyways, here we go. I think this is where I had left off. And to let you know that I have never worked with what I'm about to show you, but I'm excited to start working with it. Okay, this is cup chain. This is so cool. So I have heard of it. I have seen it. I have never actually worked with it, but I have some thoughts, and some friends had given me some ideas whenever I had talked about cup chain just not too long ago. Look at all of this that we get, and look at that. Isn't that fun? Also on the Homestrung Jewelry YouTube, Steve is going to be showing us some different ways to use that cup chain as well. So super exciting, but look at these colors. It goes with all the things and stuff, and that is just fun, and we get a lot of it. I'm going to get to play with cup chain, and so will you. So I think that's really cool. I'm really excited about that. Now, to go with that cup chain, brilliant. Look at these little sew-on buttons. they are so cool. And so these little flowers, they're a random mix. So you get random colors. We get 4 of them. They're 14 millimeters. And tell me these would not be perfect little button closures. I think I know what I'm making with this unboxing. I do. Those are gorgeous. Those are just gorgeous. And look at them with this cup chain. Right? Yeah, I want to play. I'm going to play. You want to play with me? Let's play. In a minute. So next we have this little bail. This is a glue-on bail, and it's pretty darn cool. So it has these little grippers in there. So there's these little like forks in there and grippers, and so you glue that on, and then you have this beautiful little bail. Awesome. That's exciting. I like that little guy. And I've been waiting and waiting to get to these because I didn't see them when I initially took everything out of the box. But there's dragonflies and they're connectors. So cute, right? So these are lead-free and cadmium-free, 23 by 17 millimeter. We get 4 of them. Look at these colors. That is so much fun. Like, look at them. Little enameled guys. Here's the back. But like, look at that detail. I'm loving them. Look at the detail in the blue one. So cute. Really good. That's really exciting. And I can't get enough of this. This is just so good. And Debbie always includes amazing little ear wires, which there's always awesome findings, but these ear wires, yeah. So let's start out with these 14 karat gold plated brass ear wires with cubic zirconia, lead free, cadmium free, nickel free, 1 pair, 19 by 8 millimeter. Oh, these are so good. Oh, these are so cool. Looky here. So good. Little hook down there at the bottom. That's just good stuff. So we get those, and then we also get some studs. And so these little ear studs also have cubic zirconia in them. They're little flowers, and they're platinum plated brass. These are lead free and cadmium free. Open sesame. Look at these. Is that not just super cool? I'm in love with these. I want a whole bunch of these just for all of my earrings. Those are awesome. And then we have little backs that go with them. That is so good. So we have some little studs, and we have some regular ear wires, and then we're going to have some closures. So look at these. These are little magnetic closures. They're little hearts. So these came in a bunch of different colors. So you don't know what color you're going to get, but they are little hearts. So I got me a purple one, and I got a pink one, and I got a white one. And that is so much fun. They're all like, no, I want to be friendly. So good. So good. Yeah. Well, there they are. That's fun. That's fun. And then we get a couple toggles. So we get 2 different toggles here. And these are Tibetan style, lead free, nickel free, and cadmium free. So we get 2 little sets here. Oh, I love dainty little toggles. They're my favorite. And I love that bright silver. Yeah, those are good. This is going to be so much fun. This is going to be so much fun. I could not wait to get into this, though. This chain. This is a brass chain. It's a Singapore water wave. These are soldered. So lead-free, cadmium-free, nickel-free. We get 2.5. Theirs are 2.5 millimeter. We get 36 inches. And it's beautiful. Like, look at this. Is that not just beautiful chain? I am super excited about this chain. Like, it is stunning. I can't get enough of that. And we get a lot of it. That is happy, happy stuff. Look at my mat. This is less than $35 plus shipping. And I'm not done because we also get free gifts. I have an idea what's in here and I'm excited. Like, so excited. And I love too that she always uses these super cute little bags. So like our orphan always comes in a really pretty little bag, or it's a little felt bag or something like that. And the tissue paper always matches what the theme is. And that's just so cool. Oh, yes. We get little lamp work. Ladybugs. These have to be the cutest ladybugs I have ever seen. Oh, here they go again. Look at them. Like, look at them. Look at their little eyeballs. Little bumpy lampwork ladybugs. Look at all of them that we get. And I am going to have so much fun with these. Look at these. They are so cute. So cute. Oh, they have little bumpies on their bellies too. Oh, I cannot even. Like, look at this guy's eyes. Oh, they are so cute. I can't wait to play with these. Oh, they are so fun. And these are a free gift. You guys, you got to check them out. This is just amazing. I just have so much fun with this. Oh, goodness. I'm a little like punch drunk or something. I don't know. This is just cool stuff. And then, so in one of their advent calendars, these were in it. And everyone was like, I want some, I want some. And so, you know, I get some now too. Little boots. Little lampwork boots. These are crazy. And these come in all different colors, you guys. So you could get blue ones, you get pink ones, you get red ones. But look at them. Look, there's like little charms. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know if it gets any cooler. I don't know if I get any luckier that I get to be able to do this and that I can bring it to you guys and share it with you. Because anything that I bring to you and share to you is because genuinely, authentically, and happily, it's awesome. It's awesome. At least to me, it is awesome. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, this is to everybody awesome. But look at what's on my mat. This is one of the Doorstep Babies with all the goodies on the subscription box through Gemstone Orphanage. Go check them out. Definitely go check them out. Check out their Facebook page too. Awesome Facebook page. Awesome. I will have that linked here below as well. And stay tuned. I'm going to be right back and we're going to have some fun. We're going to make something. All right. I'll see you in a minute. Okay. So this is going to be fun. I decided to go the fun route for my first project. I already have a necklace and pair of earrings designed as well with the Indian agate, with that fancy Jasper, but I had to do this. This is just going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to get into it. I'm doing 2 different recordings back to back, and both of them are going to be fun, and I'm just thrilled about it. So what I'm going to be doing is making a double or triple strand bracelet. I have both kinds of connectors up here. I don't know for sure which it's going to be. And we're going to be using all these fun things that's on my mat. Okay, so we're going to be knotting. So instead of using my tried and true and constant soft flex, I am going to be doing some knotting. And so I have some beautiful pink Ceylon cord. I have 2 pieces cut. Each of these pieces are cut to about 3 foot in length. You probably don't need 3 foot. I'm still new to this, so I got 3 foot. Okay. And then for my little needle, for my little handmade needle, I have some 28 gauge wire here, bronze wire that I just put in half, and we'll make the other one together. So I haven't done that one yet. And that wire's sitting right here. So from this box, all the fun stuff, all the things and all the stuff. Okay. So we are pulling in these beauties. And so I'm just super excited about them. I think they're going to be so much fun to work with. Ah, hold on, no bead left behind. Yeah, no bead left behind, no way. But they're going to be so much fun to work with, and I'm really excited about that. From the crystals mix, I have pulled out some of the pinks, almost all of the clears, and all of the blues. Now, there wasn't as many blues as what I was thinking I was looking for, and so I have also in my stash just some of these blues that I'm also pulling in. We're bringing this into play. Yes, the blues. I think we're going to, and I think I'm going to turn this into a button for a closure. Now, these you see here, I made up because I was playing. Those are using these little flower caps. Okay, and so I'll show you, we'll be making more of those. So those are coming in. The bellflowers are coming in. These connectors may come in, not for sure on them, but I got them out in case. I do believe we are going to be using this closure here. We have these fun polymer clay hishis that we're pulling in. Cup chain, possibly. That's going to determine if it's a double strand or a triple strand. Okay, now I have some fun ideas with this cup chain. I have something being delivered from Amazon today that I got specifically to use with this cup chain, and I think it's going to be so much fun. But we may be incorporating some of it here with this one today as well. From my stash, I have pulled in, you see all these bead caps and spacers and all of this. I don't know all of this that we're using, but it is a combination of these items, these gold items, that's between this recording and the recording I'm doing afterwards. So it's all just out here, okay? I did pull in some drucks. I want to pull in some drucks with this. It's going to be fun. You'll see why, but just a couple little drucks. I don't know if we're going to be using these little crystals. They just popped out at me because they matched perfectly, so I grabbed them. We're surely going to be using these little rhinestone spacers. They just are the same size as those hishis, you guys. Oh, it's so good. And then I have some fun metallic bead caps, and so we're going to be pulling some of those in too. Yep, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun, and hopefully I know what I'm doing. I know the look I'm going for. I've tried a couple little things out just to see if it was what I was looking for, and I think so. And so I am ready to get going. So all I have done is I cut this to about 3 foot. I do want to bead bug it, but I don't want to go ahead and tie a knot to start down at this end because I don't know for sure, you know. But I halved it, and then I got out some 28 gauge wire, took that in half, and that is going to be our little wire. Okay, so let me make sure I have my halfway point. So I'm just taking this down here, making sure I'm at my halfway point so that I don't have any knotted up cord, because I don't want that. Now, I think what I'm going to be looking for here is I'm going to want one of our little spacers. So I do have some of these little ball spacers out here, and these are that 18 karat gold plated, and these are not even. You see those? I'm going to fix that. You want those to be even because that's your needle. That's what you're putting everything on with. And so you want to make it as easy as possible on yourself. Okay. So I'm going to grab one of these little spacer beads, pop it on, and slide it all the way down. Now at this point, you may have a couple to where they just kind of it's fine. I'm going to bring that all the way down. Okay. And then after that guy, I think I'm going to bring in a couple of these crystals. Let me go ahead and bring some down here because I think they're going to be incorporated a fair amount in this strand. So let's go ahead and start with one of them. I'm not going to bead cap it or anything. I'm just going to put that crystal right on there. Okay. And if it acts like it doesn't want to go, remember to twist it and don't push it. If you push it, you could break it. Twisting it won't as easily. Okay, and then I'm going to come right in. I want to do a couple of these, and I do believe I want one of our crystals in the middle of it. We may be incorporating some of these crimp tubes. These are little ball spacer beads, but then these two are crimp tubes. But I do want to bead cap it, and so I have these very simple, very cute filigree bead caps, and those are stainless. And so I'm going to pop one of those on there, and I am going to bead cap both sides of this bead. And so what you're going to notice is I don't tie off after every bead. I don't make a knot after every bead. In some areas I may, but I am looking for a specific look. Okay, and so the knotting is going to help me get that look. It's going to help with that security. It's going to help with it, staying together well and being cool looking, but it won't be after every bead. Okay, so after this, I'm going to put on one of our little baby crimp tubes. I haven't tested this yet, though. I don't know if it is going to fit over this thread, but now is the moment of truth, and let's find that out. If not, we'll just go to that other crimp tube because I know it will. Yep, that goes on there. See, and that's going to really help keep things cinched as well. Keep them where we want them to be, where I need them to be, and then I'll go ahead and cinch it right down to where I'm wanting it to be. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. Now I want to do one of these little crystals in the middle. And then I'm just going to come back in with a crimp and then another one of these. I just really can't get over all we get and at this price point with this box. The quality, oh my goodness. I mean, my focal and see, you barely even see those poking in there. See, you can't even really see that bottom one. And that's okay. It's all right. I think it did go right up in that bead itself, but that's all right. Okay, now I'm going to put this other one on. But every other month for like less than $35, the fun and the coolness factor. I mean, you learn about a gemstone. This fancy Jasper is just incredible. Absolutely gorgeous. Always, always is. And you get all these findings and all these other things and stuff, and it's just so good. I'm going to come in here with another one of these. And pardon me for the scratches. I had my hand in Squirt's enclosure because I just wanted to give him some lovin'. Now, some of these are a little lighter than others because of how I had to get to them. I do want those to just kind of match when they're right there next to each other, So I'm swapping that one out. Actually, I did want that darker one. You see? Dark, light, dark. Silly. But I just really can't get over all we get. And it is just so fun. Okay, I'm going to make a knot from here. And so I'm just going to make an overhead knot. Okay, so I'm going to bring my string down, bring that up and through. And then while I have this here, right, that's when I come in with my pliers. And I'm going to bring my pliers down through that. So you see I'm going through that loop. And I'm going to put them exactly where I want that knot to land. Okay. I'm just going to grab my string, and typically you want to make sure by the time you get to this point that it's even, right? That you don't have one strand that's longer than the other. Usually just go like up. You can use your tweezers to just push that down. And there we have our first knot. Fun stuff. Okay, now from here, I'm wanting to have some fun. I really, really am. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to do one of these big spacers. And then I'm going to come in with one of my drucks. And with this druck, I'm going to use one of my 3mm bead caps. Oh, and my friends, FireMountain Gems, they have these again. They have these 3mm bead caps. I also have an Etsy store that has them. I'll link those below. But anyways, fun. So I'm going to bead cap the bottom of this. So I'm going to do a bead cap going away from, you know, where we are coming from with it. So it just cups that underneath part. Pop my truck on. Go all the way down. Okay. Now on top of this truck, I am wanting a more significant kind of bead cap. Okay. So I'm going to come in with these that are a little bit bigger. So these that I get from Amazon that are textured like that, they are a little bit bigger than those filigree ones, and they're a little more pronounced. And what I'm looking for is, you know, it to be pronounced, because you see it's going to be sitting right here on this truck and it's way too big for that truck. But that's because we're going to come in here with a couple bellflowers for our center. Then we're going to have some of these for our center as well. Okay, so that's the bead cap that's going to be up underneath that bellflower cap. You see, just barely see it poking through there. Cute, cute, cute. Now I do want a bead cap for the top of that. And I think for that one, I think I'll go with the 4mm. I'll link that below as well. These come from Amazon. Have that just sitting on top of there. Yeah, just a little cap, a little something, something up there. Now, underneath this, we're going to be bringing these in, but, I might change my mind, because I think it would look really cool with a more pronounced bead cap with this. But I still may want to stack it. Let's do that. Okay, I got it. Okay, so let me take this off. It's a lot easier to put on than typically than it is to take off, but looky there, just popped right off for me. That's beautiful. Let's do one of these filigree. That way it's not too big. And I think I'm going to want a 3mm sitting on top of it to make it more pronounced coming off of that stem. Okay, so let's see what we think about that. So here's without the stem. See how it's just a little more pronounced there? Well, when I go to put that greenery stem on, see that difference? I like that. I like that a bunch. Now I do think I'm going to bead cap the bottom of his stem. I do believe so. And I think I'm going to do that with a 3mm. Now, do I want to go ahead and do a knot before I start the next section? I think I do. I think I do. So let's come in here. I'll do that overhand knot. I'm going to come down through and grab where I want that knot to land. Okay. I'm just going to grab my stringing wire or my cord, just pull up, and here's before I cinch it down, here's where it fell, right on top of there, but it's loose, you see. Just push down a little bit that way. Nice and tight, not too much of a big knot there, you know, but enough to, you know, give it what I'm looking for, and that's that cuteness factor of that pink knot. Okay. So here's where we are so far. Fun. I just don't do this all the time, and I just love these colors, and I think this is hilarious, and it's super fun, and I'm just thrilled about it. Totally thrilled about it. Now, I think for the center, I wanted to go for something a little bigger, and I may end up taking this off, but I really, really like this. I had actually gotten these little spacers to go with a different box, but I haven't used them yet. And I think they would look really cute in this because I think it would go, yeah, see how it's going to cinch down on that knot real well? Yeah, I think that'll be good. So from that, I'm going into the very center of where this bracelet's going to be. And I'm wanting to do some of these polymer clay beads, but I want to sauce them up a little bit. Give them a little something, something. I'm going to do that by bead capping them. Well, it's the first thing I'm going to do is bead cap. Okay, so here I'm going to come in with, let's do 3 of them. Let's make them vibrant. So we'll do that. Hot pink. We'll do a yellow. Let's do a yellow. And let's do this violet color. Okay, and look at what it does to that. It really kind of dresses it up. So yeah, it's fun and it's cutesy, but it also is pretty. And that's a very big deal. Now, actually, you know what I could do? It's too late. Why didn't I think about this? These bead caps that I used with these for the other strand, I could have put up under here. Oh, it would have been such a bling. Okay, that's okay. So I have these 3 on there. And then for this little center part, what I was thinking is if I come in here with one of our rondelles, okay? But if on each side of those rondelles, I have these little hematite discs. I have a bunch of these. I'm going to try this one and maybe I'll end up trying the gold as well. These little hematite discs. Oh, I don't have my microphone plugged in. I'm sliding over. I always do that. Hold on, let me plug in my microphone. Little noises without the microphone seem a lot more pronounced on the recording, so that's why I really like to have that on. So these, they fit perfectly in the little grooves of these rhinestones, so I'm only needing one for this one. The side, so I'll put one on. I'm going to put our little rhinestone spacer and then put another one on there. And so you see this little spacer that it creates? Isn't that cute? Let's see what we think. Yeah, look at that sitting there in the middle. That's cute. That's super cute. And you know what? I may double that up because that's so cute. I may do that. So let's do this. Let's go with that blue in the center. Yeah, maybe just one of them. Actually, let's do a little bead cap on that. So let's come in with a 4mm. Let's do 2 of him. And then a 4 on the other side. That'll be cute. And then let's do another one of these little spacers. So let's come in with a disc, rhinestone rondelle, and a disc. These little discs I got in my advent calendar. It was one of my advent days from Miss Laura Miller. She gives the coolest and best gifts. I'm not kidding you. It's amazing. So then that just kind of sets it off. You see how it kind of sets that off in the middle there? So it's all by itself. I like it. I like it. So let's come back in here with 3. And we'll make them those same kind of bright colors. They don't have to be identical, but close. So let's do a hot pink, yellow, and it looks like I'm doing the identical one. You know, just backwards. That's okay. See, and those little discs beads, they just kind of set and snuggle right into the holes of that polymer clay. Love that. Okay, we're just going to go back up the other side. So let's get a bead cap on this. We'll do that bumpy bead cap because it's a little bit bigger. And then we'll do one of these little spacers. They have little suns on them. And then we're going to be making a knot. Okay, so I'm just taking a peek at it because this isn't one I can just take off the strand and redo. Like, it's knots. So I'm going to take a look at it here, and yes, this is where we want to make that next knot. So I'm going to come in here and do that overhand knot, come down through that loop where I'm wanting that knot to end up. Pull that out. You see it's loose, but it's where we need it to be. So just wiggle it down in there so that it's nice and tight without being overly tight. You don't need to like push it, push it, push it. Just make sure it's snug. That's what we're looking for in our centerpiece. Fun stuff. And I'll tell you, originally I was thinking, well, my granddaughter will just absolutely love this. I'll just make her, this. And now I'm like, I'm going to make it my size. I'm going to make it my size. I like it. It's going to be fun. It's springy, and that makes me happy. So I'll make a different one for her. I will. But this is going to be mine. So next is a 3mm bead cap. That 3mm bead cap is going to go up against that flower, the base of that flower, the stem. Okay. And then remember we layered those bead caps. So I'm going to want a 3mm going away, followed by was that a filigree one? Yeah, filigree one. And then our little bellflower. And then even though I'm not going to do it because I want them to be the same on both sides, okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to show you what it would look like to have one of these super cool bead caps on the underneath. Oh, I wish I would have thought about that, Look at that. Right? I'm so silly. That's okay. So we'll just be taking that right back off. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy identical, but Okay, so on the underneath of this, we are going to do one of those, which one? Filigree bead caps. I'm just not remembering my bead caps, and that is not like me. Okay, and this is going to come down on our little druck. Our little druck is going to have a little 3mm bead cap on the other side of it. So we'll pop a little 3mm on the other side of that druck here. And that's just adorable, right? Love it. Now, I'm taking a look, okay? Because remember, we can't just take this thing apart. It's all knotted up. So we're going to put that little spacer bead and then we're going to make a knot. Isn't it so cute? Super, super cute. And did one of these spacers here. This little 3mm spacer here. And then we're going to make a knot. So let's get in here for that overhand knot. Let's make a little bit of noise, and then we will come right through that loop. Make sure you're going through that loop and you are holding on to where you want that knot to land. Just pull up. Get it kind of snug. Pop your pliers out. And use your pliers to cinch it down. I just think that is absolutely adorable, and I'm super, super happy about it. So let's come in here with this little series, and then we're done with the strand. So on the outside, we're going to have those darker crystals. So I'll do a darker crystal. And then we'll come in with one of those filigree bead caps. And we will bead cap one of our super fun splatter beads. Then we'll get a bead cap on that other side. Now, even though we may not be able to see them, we do have a small, teeny tiny little spacer bead in there. And I think it's kind of helping too for snugging purposes, but you don't really see it. But we're going to do the same thing. So we'll put one of these little bitties on. And then we'll do one of those lighter colored, kind of electric blue crystals. So that lighter one goes in the middle. We're going to get a crimp on the other side of that. And there we go. And then we'll just put that other 8mm on. Okay, so we'll do another one of those. I'm out of filigree bead caps. Okay, one sec here. I'll grab a couple of those. All right, so we have that fixed. So we'll grab one of them and throw that other 8mm on there. Now I'm not going to put a knot at the end of either of these sides on this strand yet. I'm going to wait until I get that second strand done, make sure that it's what we want it to be, and then we knot it, okay? And we'll probably just be knotting it straight onto our connection. Now, here's the thing. Can you knot into a clamshell connector? Absolutely. Should I show you that instead? We'll see how I feel when I get there. Either way, we'll be seeing it sometime. Okay, so we'll pop him on. Get a bead cap on that. And then we're just going to do that darker crystal at the end with a little spacer. And we'll use one of these spacer balls here. Okay, now whenever I had started this and I said I cut this at 3 foot, remember I was like, I probably won't need this at 3 foot. I just want to make sure because I'm still new to this. Yeah, I'm good. It could probably be 2 foot, just fine. Should probably be, because for one, I'm doubling this. Okay, so it's a double strand going through everything. Okay, but it should be a good several inches off either side. That way you have plenty of room for knotting and whatever you want it to do. But let's take a look at this first. Isn't that just so fun? Super fun. Let's measure it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. I don't think that bead's going much of anywhere. And we are at woohoo, right at 5.5. That's a good number. That's a good number considering what I want to do with this. So that works. Let's set this up here and let's talk about the second strand. Second strand is going to be super simple, you guys. I just wanted it to be a supporting strand. And I thought about a couple different routes to go, but I think now I'm going to save that cup chain and just do a double strand instead of triple because I didn't know for sure what I wanted to do. The reason why is because something is coming today. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use that cup chain with it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. It's good, good, good. So let's knock out this other strand. So I haven't done anything with it. It's just been cut off. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to marry the two ends. I don't need that one in the way, do I? Okay, so let's marry these two ends. We're going to make sure that there's no knots or anything in it. Be careful if it gets to that. Nope, 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 I'm making it tighter. It would have been better if I would have, properly done with it what I needed to do with it after I cut it off, but I did not. I just threw it up there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's get the end there and we will get those married up now. So I have my two ends. I'm going to come down about 3 or 4 inches. I'm going to put my bead bug on there. That way we know our two ends are married and we are going up to the center and it will stay center. Okay, so here's our center. I'm going to come off for a second just to kind of pull it taut there. Then I know this is my center. So my little needle is just a piece of 28 gauge wire. Okay, cut it bigger, thicker wire, whatever you want to do. Okay, I usually do just maybe 3 inches. Okay, I'm going to marry the two ends for it. And I'm just going to kind of bring it down so that it's going to be also in half. But I don't want these to twist on each other. So I'm going to kind of use my fingers to bring it down as far as I can go. That's about where I'm at. And I'll grab a pair of pliers here. We're just going to be patient. Okay, we're not in a big hurry. We're just going to easily kind of push down until they end up parallel with each other, not crossed over each other. See, I'm giving just little tiny squeezes just to make sure that it does what I want it to do and without forcing it into a ridiculous situation. So here we are, side by side, and just that itty bitty little loop there. You can even go down a little bit more. But it will make itself almost closed just by putting your beads on it. Okay, so that is my piece of needle. I'm going to make sure that I'm side by side as I'm pulling these apart. There we go, side by side. And then just pop it on your middle section. Okay, I'm just going to verify that middle again because I don't want knots. See, I'm not at the middle, so let me undo it a little bit. Okay, I've got a hold of it, but it's not down in that crevice. Now I pulled it taut. So it is there, it's not going to slide, it's not going to go anywhere, and those are still parallel to each other. So for the strand, it is going to be a series that is repeating itself except for the very, very center. And the very, very center is going to be fun. It's going to be these guys. So I've made a few of these, and actually one of them I was testing with it, and I'm going to cut it apart because on one of them on the back, I put a little crimp tube just to make it stick out a little bit further, but no, I do not want that, okay? And so we're going to make some more of these together, so you'll see how to do those. Super simple, easy stuff, kind of fun stuff, and super cute. Wait till you see it. So let's cut this apart. Luckily I didn't take my eye out. That's always the positives, you know? Okay. So we'll go ahead and use what was in here. And I'm going to need my round nose pliers, my bent needle nose, and my thin square nose. So I have some head pins up here, some little ball head pins. And so I'm just taking a little gold ball head pen, and I am putting a little 4mm daisy spacer on it. And you could use the antique gold, however you want to use it, but I like the just full-on gold for this, okay? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab up one of those bead caps, one of these metallic bead caps, and tell me that doesn't look like a cutesy flower already. Isn't that so cute? These metallics are just fun. And then I'm just going to pop that through our little AB flower. Love it, love it, love it. Now on the back, just to give it a little something, something, you know, who knows, it may not be seen at all, and that's fine, but I'm going to put a little something on the back of that. I'm going to put one of these little bumpy bead caps on there. That way it's just cute. And I'm going to make a little wrap loop on the back of that. Now, when I'm making this wrap loop though, when I'm making it, I want it to be tiny, 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 because the bigger that loop is, the more it's going to want to slide around and be all wishy-washy and all over the place. And I'm trying to keep that from happening. I've been trying many things, in fact, to try to keep that from happening. So I'm going to be right up here, you see, at the tip top. I'm going to do a little wrap loop. You see, I also wanted that neck to be small. Okay, I want the size of the loop to be small, the neck to be so small, all of it. And I'm going to grab my pliers here just to make sure that it stays small, because I'm right there at the tip, and I'm going to give a little tug. That way it makes sure I'm nice and tight with that little bitty loop. I'll hold on to that loop with my bent chain nose. And I try to hold it as close down to that opening as possible. It just makes it more secure. And, you know, you can switch hands. I switch hands about half the time. And I'm just going to make a couple wraps until it's nice and secure. Yeah, about 3. And we have just that little cutesy wrap loop up there. Super cute. Let's trim it off. And then how about we make one more together? And I don't know how many I'm actually going to put on there. We'll have to take a peek at it and see what we think. But that way we can do another one together. Maybe it can be a little dangle. I think that's a grand idea. So let's get him cinched down. There we go. Little loop, little flower, super cute. So let's make one more. We'll use that blue with this next one, and let's do, I'm kind of liking that yellow. Let's do another yellow, okay? So let's get one of our little ball head pins. Straighten him out a little bit. Grab a hold of one of our 4mm daisy spacers. Let's pick up that metallic bead cap. Let's take a look at it just so we can be like, oh, that's really cute. Yeah. And then we'll grab the little flower that's going to go in. So we'll grab a green one this time. I do just love them. I really, really do. All right, so let's put a bead cap on that other side. And you'll see they're going to pack such a statement, but they're just little video things, and they are super simple to make. They are just nothing. But, oh, it's going to be cute. So again, I'm taking my time because I'm at the tip top. Let's get this other wrap loop going. See how I'm trying to get down to that very tip. And then come around. Straighten him up a little bit. Let's grab our pliers. Make sure he is nice and taut there. Very little loop. Very little loop. Have a good hold on him. And with these little bitty head pins, I know for a fact I can't use my fingers. I never get them tight, ever. Just have this through.
3 little wraps. Trim him off. And just like that, we pretty much have our focal. Get as close as you can get down in there. Without clipping your bead cap. Kept acting like it was going to grab that bead cap, and so I wanted to be sure. Okay, so the smallest little loop size, smallest little neck on it is key for this little grouping that we're going to be doing here. Now, yes, it's going to be in the center. I am going to go ahead and do some of this series, and then I'll pop those in the center. And then if I have to add a needle down at this side and finish it off to get it the right size, so be it. But I'm going to get just a couple of those series in there, and then we'll see where we're at. Now I think on this one, I'm wanting it to start with or end with one of these cute little starburst spacers. And then from there, all I am doing is picking up 6 of these. Had an extra one of those in there. Okay, grabbing 6 of these. And then you know that little spacer that I made for the center of that other strand, this little guy. I'm gonna make one of him. So we're just gonna grab one of these little disc beads, one of our daisy spacers, our little rondelle spacers, and then another disc bead. And then I'm going to make a quick little clip onto my needle because it is not the same size, and that's going to make me nuts. So get that taken care of. All is well in the neighborhood. Okay, and then we're going to do another 6. Now, real quick, because we may end up coming down to this end, okay, I'm going to scooch this up just a little bit, just in case I have to come back in on that other side, because I'm going to start knotting now. And so that ensures that my knots are good. I don't have to worry about anything relating to those because I have plenty of room down here at the end if I have to come back to it. Okay, and so from here, I'm going to do one of our little spacers, and then I'm going to make a knot. Okay, so the very start of it's going to have that bigger spacer, but then throughout the rest of it, it's all going to be the same. Essentially what I'm doing right here is what I'm going to be doing throughout it, except for the middle. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and push him in just a little bit. You see how that spacer bead goes down into that polymer clay bead? It kind of secures it there without them wanting to be wonky on themselves. And then we're just going to make that overhead hand knot. We're going to get these pliers out of our way. And then we're going to go, where am I at? No, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at actually. Hold on. There we go. Just want to make sure I'm not hung up anywhere. Okay, and that's where my loop is. Okay, that's where I came over and up and through. So that's where my needle, my little needle's going into. I'm going to make sure that I have my tip right where I want that knot to land. I want it to be snug, not too tight. And I'm just going to pull up on my strand here. There we go. Let go. use those tweezers to just get that knot in its spot. So we have our first knot for our second strand. And this is what it's going to look like. So then, you know how I said it wasn't going to slip? Yeah. It's just saying, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that spacer bead. Six of these. Come in with a disc. One of our pretty little rondelles and another disc. And then another 6. Now, what I want to do is after this one, I want to measure how long 2 of these series are. So that way I know what I'm looking at on my size, you know, where I want my center's going to be, where I want my center to be, all of that. So let's go ahead and get our spacer on here. And I'll go ahead and get that knot there. And you know, I had contemplated on this strand if I was going to like bead cap the ends of the polymer clay, but I thought, no, I don't think I want to. Would it look cute? Yep, totally. On a different day, maybe if I was feeling, I mean, who knows? But this time I was like, I don't think so. So let's go through this knot, or through that loop, grab where we want that knot to go. I'm going to give just a little bit of a pull to make sure it's where I want it to go. I'm just going to pull up. Now we have 2 series. So for these 2 series, we are at and I'm not going to count all of this end bead, right? Because it's not always going to be like that. So I would say with knots we're at 2 inches. Okay. So if I did one more of these, that center is just going to be a little bushel. Then we can go with 3 on the other side. I think we'll be good with that. I do. So let's go ahead and knock out one more. So we'll do that little spacer. Grab 6 of these little hishis. Okay. Do a little disc spacer, rhinestone and disc. And 6 more. A little spacer on the end. Okay, and then we'll give our overhand knot. down through that loop. Just making sure it's a little bit snug there. We'll just pull it up. Super duper cute. I'm almost thinking too at the end here, I'm going to end up wanting one of these instead. Just, I don't know. I'm just thinking. Okay, so for our center part, I am wanting just a group of these little guys. Just a little poof. Because when I bring this out, oops, sorry. When I bring this out, let's look at our length. Oh boy. Well, that's not going to work. I should not have done that. That's why we do this too. Okay, hold on. I think I can actually take out one of these knots. Maybe we'll do a half one. Yeah, that might be good. Just got to be easy with it. There we go. I'm getting somewhere. Without damaging the cord, right? There we go. I know if I could kind of get my needle up in there, that would help me out a little bit. Just kind of grab and loosen it. Okay. Loosen that up. We sure did do that. We definitely did. Okay. So let's take these 6 off. Okay, and let's look at that length. There we go. And I actually think what I'm going to do, because of the size of that little bushel, I'm going to leave that little disc bead on there, but I think I'm going to take these off. The other disc and that little rhinestone spacer. So that tells me here we're about at half. Yeah, that'll be good. And I'll just have this chunky little bit right here. Then we'll go into that other side of the series. So here's how I want to do that. Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to put on a number 1 crimp, because whenever I'm squeezing this tight, this crimp is going to have a little bit of movement. It's going to cinch in, it's going to cinch down, but yet it will still have some movement because it's a crimp tube. Okay, so I'm going to pop one of those on. And then let's come in with, let's do this green, and let's do a pink. Okay, so these are going to be on there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them where I'm wanting them to be. So I want them cinched in with each other. So you see how that makes them side by side? I'm making them cinched in with each other, and I'm going to do another little crimp tube. This time I'm doing a little bitty because it's going to nestle into those loops to make them even more snug. Okay. I'm going to use my tweezers to help me out to get that down in there. So you see this has cinched those to where, yeah, they'll wiggle a little bit, not too much. Now I'm going to do a second one of those little crimp tubes just to prepare the next couple that's coming in. So I'm going to pop on another one. Oh, there's two guys. Okay, so pop on the little baby crimp tube. See, so it's got a little bit of spacing there, but it's also cinching those right up and against each other. Okay, with all of them together in that grouping too, it'll be a lot easier to hold on to them together, you know. So let's do, okay, so far let's do one more. Okay, so let me put just one more on there. Now here's what I like about 3. When I crimp this up, these guys are just going to be like that. I'm liking that 3. I may end up making another one of these. Put a little spacer in another 3. That is so cute. Okay, well, we know what's happening. That's happening. So let's get another little baby crimp. Is that a good little baby crimp? I'm not feeling it. Let's get a couple more. Another one comes today. I love these little bitty ones. I love them so much. That should be more than plenty. Put it back on to where it needs to stop. So now, grab my end. Have these where I want them to be. Okay, so it's these 3 like that. Pop on a little baby crimp. Get it pretty close. And then come in with our little tweezers. Could I have knotted this and also cinched it in? Totally. I don't want to knot. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, so these guys have movement, but it's just these 3 guys sitting there. We'll let gravity help us out here. Hold it up. Cinch it down real well. Just great. That is just great. I wonder. What if that was in between the 2 little bushels? Let's try it. Wouldn't hurt. Certainly couldn't hurt. Okay, I do think I want to put a bead cap on it though, and then we'll see if he stays. Okay, we'll just have to see. Let's do a filigree one because we have plenty of them here. But I like how that center would tie in all of those that is on this other side. So then when it's all said and done, hopefully that's what it's looking like. And that is just super cute. I'm loving it. And they could flop down. I'm still okay with it. Totally. Now let's put this other side on. And oh, we better check our length. Yeah, see, we're still in the middle. That whole little middle section. Beautiful. Okay, so we will bead cap. And then let's go ahead and do one of our little bitty crimps before we put on another flower, and then we're going to make another flower as well. So we're going to do 6 instead of 5, and that's just so fun. Down there pretty close. is good. See, and they will kind of wiggle around, but I'm still so okay with that. But not much. See, when I just cinched it, they just popped right up there. Yeah, I'm so good. I'm so good with it. I'm going to add a second little baby crimp because that one went down in that bead, and that's okay. But I want one that's going to cinch in with the loop that's on those little flowers. Getting these little crimps down here is making me feel like I'm using Coriana chain. Okay, so we have a pink, a yellow, and let's grab a green. So let's go ahead and make up another one of those, and we'll pop those 3 on there. Okay, so we'll grab a little ball head pin. And then a little 4mm. We'll grab up, let's do another blue. That one isn't very blue. It's not as vibrant. Let's grab one of the ones that's more vibrant. I got those from FireMountain, and they're a little spray painted, and they came, it looked like a stretchy bracelet, but it was nothing but all of those, just back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And it was cool. Okay, let's put a bead cap on back. Let's make a little bitty little loop. Oops. Okay, grab that, make sure it's nice and snug and little. I'll just wrap it right around there. Okay. Get right up in there. There he goes. He's holding on for dear life. Boy, I did cut that nice and close. That was great. Okay, so we have our 3 now. All 3 of them. So let's move pliers. Let's grab bracelet back. Come on back over here. Then we'll get those put on. So let's go pink, yellow. Let's put another little crimp on there. Okay, so we have 2 of them. Let's cinch those down there real well. And see how it went up underneath that? Yeah. Up under that one loop. Perfect. I'm going to do another one, and then it'll go up under that second loop. That's what I'm looking for. Actually, that's a pretty big loop. I may end up putting a bigger crimp tube down there. How about I do that? He was a little bigger than I thought he was. Yeah, then we'll do that third, and then it'll cinch that down in there. Now, if anything, I can make sure this one's a little bit smaller. Just a tad. Patiently. Okay, I'm holding on to that ball now at the other end. There we go. That way we know he's tight. Okay, so this one is going to snuggle up, almost like standing up. Okay, so it's going to flip around here, just like that. And now I'm going to come back in with a baby crimp. Get it pretty darn close down there. Cinch them all in. That is just so cute. Oh, that is happy stuff. Okay, I loosened it. So hold on, it'll all be tight and snug as a bug in a rug, and it'll be grand. Okay, so let's do the rest of this. Now let's check also our length. Okay, when this is all cinched up here, there you go. There's that center. So good. So good, so good. Okay, and then I just had a disc. Okay, so I'll grab a disc. And then after that disc, we'll do the other 6 little he-she's. And I'm going to want to make sure I'm pushing this disc all the way down in there. Making sure those crimps are being utilized up underneath and inside of those loops. Good stuff. By the end, yeah, your needle's going to be about done, but you'll be about done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that's all nice and snug. Grab myself a spacer. And then we will knot it. And when we knot it, we're going to push that bad boy snug. Seeing that wool wants to go down in there, it's okay. That other ball went down in there too. Down in here. I'm gonna grab where I want that to go, but I want to now push a good fair amount. Okay. Push that down in there. There is the first half of that second strand. So now we're going to come in here with spacer. Mm. And then 6 of these. Okay, then we're coming into that center part here, so we're going to do that disc, rondelle disc. So disc, rondelle disc. And then another 6. Get a spacer on there and give a knot. Tighten that up. And then now we just have one more little series, and then we're donezo. Well, not done, actually. Then we'll talk about our closure, how we're going to close this up. So, spacer. Six. Then we'll do that same little disc. Bling and disc. Six more. Yeah, see? Spacer. Okay. So that should be our final 6. Let's take a peek at our length. Let's move these little baby spacers. These are a hot commodity on this bead table. All right. Oh, I think that's just so cute. By the time I get this other spacer on, I'm spot on. Fun. So let's do that. And actually, I think we're just good with this bigger spacer. And what I may do, actually I will do, is I'm going to put a little crimp tube down in that spacer. Just kind of fill it up a little bit. See, so it just kind of cinches him right down the tip. Okay, so I'll do the same thing on this side. Oh, I don't have my needle over there. Let me get it. Actually, I can probably take this off now anyways. Now I'm always watching when I open this to make sure I'm not opening it twisted. Is it the end of the world if it is? Not at all. But I'd still like to not do it. And it may be a little harder to get the crimp tube on this side just because it's open, you know, so it's going to be, you know, double and double. So it's going to be those quadruple layer instead of just double. But it is a bigger size crimp tube, so I think we should be all right. Little leverage here. Got it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Barely. Just barely. Okay. So, first things first, I am going to put a knot at the end of each of these ends. Okay. So everything's cinched in, what I need it to be. And I'm going to pop on a knot. Come through that. And sometimes it's a little tough to get your pliers out, but you'll be okay. Your little tweezers. Okay, just going to push it down and cinch it up. Okay, that's going to end off each of these. And then, let's go ahead and do a clamshell. I'll show you how to do a clamshell with this. Sure it's nice and snug where I want it to be. That is our little second strand. With big long tail, and that's okay. All right, let's get that final knot in this one as well. Yeah, that was an awful lot of string. That's okay though. It is definitely better to have too much than not enough. Not enough means redoing the whole project. Let's go down through that. Fun. Okay, clamshells. Let me get a couple out here. Actually, let me clean up just a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've decided is I want to toggle this. I want to toggle it instead of using this as a button because I have an idea for these now. Okay, so I'm going to toggle it, but we are going to put on these clamshell connectors. So here's how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to come up here to the ends of the wire. I'm going to cut those off, I believe. A little bit frayed. just so I have a little bit easier amount to work with here. So I'm going to put these together. Going to put them through this clamshell connector. Hardest part of the day, right here. I'll do one. I'll just hold it down good to open up that hole a little bit. Pop in that other one. Bring that clamshell all the way down. Now, once this is down, I'm going to make a knot, and that knot is going to be what's holding that, but I'm going to put a little bit of glue in it too. Okay, so now I'm going to come in here. And you know, one time I did end up putting one of the little number 1 crimp tubes on here as well and put it down there and cinched it. You can do that. You do not have to. What I'm going to be doing is the same thing as if I was putting it on the bead. Okay, so I'm coming down through that loop, and I'm going to the very inside of that clamshell. Okay, I'm right down in there. So then when I'm pulling up, I didn't grab him right. Hold on. Let's try it again. Okay. Put my tweezers down there inside that clamshell connector. Oh, did I let it go again? Okay. Like, no. Okay, and you see that knot's going right down in there. Then just like I did on top of the bead, I'm going to follow that string down, get it right down in that clamshell. I'm getting him down there better than I do on the bead, just to make sure he's down in there good. Okay, so I've got a nice little knot in there. What I'm going to do from there is I'm going to clip this off. And I'm going to get out my GS Hypo. We're going to put a little glue down in there. I'm gluing the knot, and I'm also gluing the knot to that clamshell connector. There it comes. You can use super glue for this as well. Okay. Hardest part about GS Hypo is that. Okay. So that's got some glue on it. It's down in there. We're going to close that up. Close that clamshell connector. So now this will be connecting to that. Okay, or if I didn't want to do that, I could knot this straight to that. Actually, this is my last set of these. I think I'm going to keep a hold of them. And I'll just jump ring it. Okay, let's come to this other side. I'll do this one and then I'll do the other one there and come back with you so that you're not having to see me fumbling silly. Open him a little bit. If they both go in, great. If not, I'll do one at a time. And those two just decided to cooperate. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. Okay, so we bring them all the way down on top of that knot that's there. Down through our loop. Grab a hold of the very center of that clamshell connector. Make sure you push it down in there good. So I'm following that string down. Get it down there right in the middle. Trim that off. Glue him up. Oh, that's a nice little dot of glue. I use GS Hypo on my knots for stretch bracelets too. Close them up real good. All set. Okay, I'm going to do that other one, okay? I'll do the other one. We'll come back and we'll cinch them all up. All right, so I went ahead, after I got that on there, I went ahead and put a 3mm little gold jump ring on those. And then what I'm going to do is I have some rainbow plated 6mm jump rings. I'm going to put those on there, and then we'll make that connection from that point. So let's do this. I'm telling you, I was so back and forth on, you know, I'm so scared of magnetic clasps. These are pretty tough, but I'm scared of them. I do have a safety kind of way to do those. I'll do those with the next one. I have a safety way to use for those clasps just in case. But I just love my toggles, and that toggle goes so well, and I'm definitely using those flowers in something else. No question. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I went ahead and I connected both of those here. And I'm going to go ahead and pop on one of the other jump rings. We've got a little wiggle room to work with here. So we're good with that. So I'll get that closed up really well. Grab our other jump ring. And I always like on the bar side to have at least one extra jump ring, sometimes two. I might actually put two. Just that it has plenty of room to go through, and it's a pretty big toggle bar. So yeah, let's go one more. Pop on another one of these. And this will be the side of that toggle bar. Grab that new one that we just put on. This will be connected to that toggle. Okay. Now on the other side, I want to make sure they're side by side. Okay, let's pull it down there. That's how they want to go. might look kind of wonky, but I want to grab it the way it wanted to be so that I know they don't kink up on themselves. I'll pop another one of these on. My hands are all like kinked up here. Weird. Sure it's good and closed. Let's grab that connector. Let's pop him right on there. And our little bracelet. It's real flimsy and easy. Oh my gosh, that is just so fun. And it is the perfect fit. Oh my gosh, is that not so cute? So fun. Okay, so our first little project here with this amazing Gemstone Orphanage box is a fun one. Super fun. Love it. And I already have other designs just waiting in tow. So, thank you. Do you like? If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We just have lots of fun here. Just lots of fun. And if you don't know Gemstone Orphanage, if you haven't signed up to have a subscription yet, if you haven't already, you should definitely do that. Definitely do that. I have your information listed below in the description box. And until we meet back here, I hope your day is fantastic. Bye for now.